7 years is a long time in the music world. In 2014, Emtee was an upcoming rapper, singer, and producer that released an independent EP titled DIY. It housed the breakout single Roll Up, which led to Emtee getting signed by Ambitious Entertainment and his life seemingly changing overnight. But when you listen to DIY, you realize that it was a manifestation of greatness, because for a debut EP to sound that good shows nothing but talent, grind, and hunger. Look, Emtee is one heck of a talented guy. Hell, even after Roll Up, the dude has some of the biggest trap hits to ever come out of Africa. Roll Up, Pearl 2C, Winning, We Up, Manando, come on, bruh. But for all intents and purposes, like AKA once said, Emtee is a deep and complex character. Controversy has followed him just about everywhere and without fail. From revealing his manhood on IG Live in 2017, collapsing on stage in 2018, and people claiming he was performing under the influence, he also has had a very public fallout with his former employers, Ambitious Entertainment, in 2019 over one of the most shady music deals you ever come across, and that tour continues to this day. He actually said he was homeless that very year as well, and not forgetting to mention the Twitter beef he had with Casper Nyovest in 2020, being in serious financial trouble, and more. I mean, that's a handful, honestly. Let's not even get into the numerous offside tweets over the years that he's caught heat for. Man, Emtee is always on the forefront of something, and there's no guarantee it will be good. But to err is what makes us human, and I digress. 2021 saw Emtee turn over a new leaf. He released a new single, Itemba, along with a public apology to his wife after numerous accusations he brought up earlier about domestic violence and their marriage being on the rocks. He actually focused on work, and I would argue that that's exactly what Emtee needed to do for his career. On the album front, Emtee gave us his critically acclaimed, platinum-selling and award-winning debut Avery in 2015, the career-defining Manando in 2017, and nothing until 2021, album-wise at least. He did drop DIY 2 as an EP of sorts in 2018, and a bunch of solo singles over the last 2 years to take us to 2021. And in that same 2-year stretch, he's had some dope features for other artists too, including J Molly, Nadia Nakai, Gwamba, Amy Faku, J Smash, DJ Slick, Rouge, Zinga, aka Smashes, Chad the Don, Aubrey Kwana, and more. Unfortunately, what the sporadic drops for his own music, lack of a follow-up album to Manando, and the unfavorable headlines did was make a lot of people start saying that Emtee had fallen off. He was done. He had no right to resurrect his career after the pre-29 success. Yeah, I mean, who does a hook better than Emtee for someone else? But the crowd still wanted him to prove that fame had not gotten to his head, that he was not engaged in substance abuse, and that his talent was limitless. They wanted proof again. But one thing you can never take away from Emtee is his musical talent. After leaving Ambitious Entertainment to set up his own label, Emtee Records, in 2019, he was in uncharted territory. Solid move though. Things didn't move too quickly thereafter, but he gave a 50% discount on anyone that wanted a verse from him so that he could focus on building back up. Genius move on a PR level, but also just to pique the interest in the work he wanted to do. Remember all the collabs that I mentioned earlier? The man was working while people were saying he's fallen off. That was the result of just some solid moves, and he got paid for making bangers for others. Sprinkle a little controversy here and there, nothing serious, and you have a great setup for a big musical comeback. Emtee took the chance and ran. In 2021, he did more interviews than I remember him liking to do. Morning Live SABC, Everything SA Music, Mzansi Magic's Massive Music, Slick On Live, Shuffle HD, Kaya TV, Skipani TV, and of course, that Mac G podcast interview, man. Then he dropped Logan, which has been getting rave reviews from everywhere. Honestly, I listened to it and that is one heck of a 16-track gem. Slick on Life rated it, Pearl Tusi rated it, 5FM rated it, Deezer South Africa tweeted about it having high streaming numbers. Not Just Okay rated it, you get the picture. He passed 1 million streams on AudioMac barely 3 weeks after release. It was the #1 album on South Africa, Botswana, and Eswatini Apple Albums charts. He was the cover of the Africa Now playlist on Apple Music. All the songs from Logan are currently his most popular on Spotify. Whew, Emtee, bruh. That is the icing on the cake. After being written off, gossiped about, hated, and disregarded, he came back and gave us possibly the best trap album out of Africa this year, which he self-released. Talk about overcoming immense adversity and still coming out on top. He said it himself in an interview with Skipani TV about making the Logan album. No cap, I was in a very unstable state of mind when I made it, but I'm just grateful that everything was from the heart and it really spoke life into what was happening at the time. And the music did indeed resonate with the masses after it came out, and it gave him a spot in consideration for Album of the Year for 2021. Considering what Emtee has gone through and what he is going through, especially after losing his friend and manager Lebo a few days ago, Emtee clearly has the biggest comeback story for the ages, if not just 2021 in itself, and I highly respect his hustle. Let me know what you think. Listen to the album review for Emtee's Logan album that I did, and this is where I detail what makes that album as good as it is and make the case for Emtee having the biggest comeback of 2021 on the South African and African music fronts. Leave your comment, like, subscribe, and I'll check you out on the next show. My name is MJ Wemoto and this was Moto Moto Music Africa.